Oh, yes. Hatman, guess what we get to do today?
Finally have some fun.
Well, we always have fun. But
This is true.
I get to talk about one of my favorite anime series of all time. So,
Oh boy.
I am excited. Plus, we're going to be talking about Warren Ellis being a womanizer. We're going to be talking about the Oscars basically making themselves irrelevant. And more. So let's get to it. My name is Micah Curtis.
And I'm Alex Baldwin, and it's pretty stormy outside.
Indeed. Welcome to Micah and The Hatman. Okay, so one thing I forgot to do, is, I forgot to put in a topic about Neil Druckmann self-inserting himself into The Last of Us 2 and banging the golfer.
Wait, he had another self-insert?
No, there's just the one.
No, there's two.
I don't
There's
know. I don't know if it's the same character or not.
there's the guy who spits on the corpse. There's the Dr. Uckman fucking trading card in the game. And I guess now the dude who, likes to stick his balls in a golfer's hole.
Yeah.
Uh, Jesus Christ, that man's ego knows no bounds.
Yeah. So that is the thing that happened. We just wanted to acknowledge that real quick. Speaking of real quick, we actually got 2 donations. He said Chaos Sonic says Last of Us 2 is boring, basically. He refuses to play it, but he was watching somebody else play it on a live stream. And then Holy Ninja Joe says
That was too. Yeah.
Holy Ninja Joe says, to all patron saints, movie night this weekend is going to be about testing our might. Bad jokes aside, Mortal Kombat. There you go. All right, Hatman, John Adams, go.
John Adams. So I swear to God, maybe you guys in the chat know if I'm crazy, because I might be crazy, but I swear to God, I watched this at Micah's suggestion. I swear I heard him say, you need to watch the John Adams miniseries, because it's really good. And I finally got around to it. And then when I told Micah, hey, this is my pick of the week, I watched it at your recommendation, he's like, what the hell are you talking about? There's a John Adams miniseries?
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed.
So, I'm very fucking confused right now, but anyway, enough about me and thinking with the wrong head. John Adams is a really fucking good series. I'm not even finished with it yet, but so far it's fucking awesome. And also, Stannis the Manus from Game of Thrones is Thomas Jefferson, and it's fucking perfect. It's absolutely fucking perfect. So the miniseries follows the life of John Adams from the Boston Massacre and defending the British soldiers responsible for it up to the very end of his life. And right where I'm at is where the Declaration of Independence has been signed. So far, it is excellent, totally historically accurate from what I can tell, and it doesn't pull any punches either. Like it really goes through the conflict, the internal conflict that John Adams himself has with whether or not to support a revolution or just go along with trying to reclaim rights as Englishmen, basically. And it's interesting how he goes from no, this soldier should not be tarred and feathered because he's innocent. He's just doing his job and trying to prevent tea smuggling. To the time for peace has passed. We need to take up arms and actually fight the empire.
Real quick, we got a $1 donation from Chaos Sonic. Says that he said that he thought it was me who was pushing for you to watch JoJo, which yes, that is true.
Well, yeah, that's obviously true. Yeah, that happened.
Anyway,
But
continue.
anyway, no, it's still great. I mean, it's got top tier acting, of course. Oh shit, I'm gonna forget his fucking name now. Ah, god damn it, I'm gonna forget his fucking name. Who plays John Adams? Fuck. Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Paul
How did I
Giamatti.
forget his fucking name? Yes, Paul Giamatti plays John Adams and does a spectacular fucking job. I have no idea who plays George Washington, but he's also incredible, and basically makes George Washington this like really soft-spoken dude. He's like, he towers over everybody else, but when he speaks, he's just like in a hushed tone. So the humility is palpable. And again, Stannis the Manus is Thomas Jefferson, which is awesome. Fuck. What's his name? Who was Carmine Falcone in Batman Begins? Isn't Franklin? That's what I did not expect to work, but it works, and it's hilarious, and I love it. And everyone's bringing their A game here. Like you really get into it. You really get drawn into it. And I think probably after, assuming that the weather lets up at some point, and after I get back home, I'm just going to cut it back on and keep watching it.
I looked
really
it up
well
real
done.
quick. It's David Morse who plays George Washington, and he's the guy who was one of the guards in the Green Mile.
There you go. Tom Wilkinson. Yeah, that's who plays Ben Franklin. But yeah, no, it's great. And Micah, you said that John Adams is one of your favorite founding fathers, so get on it, watch it.
Yeah, I'll have to. So, there you go, folks. Oh, also, Chaos Sonic threw in another buck. Says in entitled Brats, destroyed a George Washington statue and now want Jefferson to be destroyed. We called it.
They tore down a Jefferson statue too. In I think it was Portland.
Portland.
But yeah, no, they have now torn down a Jefferson statue and a Washington statue. We called it. We called it.
Yep. Confederate stuff was just the start.
Yep.
Okay. So, my turn. Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon is Revy best girl.
In this series, yeah. Like,
Fair enough.
So where to even start with this one? I don't even remember, honestly, when I first saw this. It's been a while. But I just remember getting into, or on some message board, reading a bunch of people arguing about if there was such a thing as a good anime dub. Which I think is silly, because obviously there is.
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop, the original Neon Genesis Evangelion, the original Akira dub. You know, there's quite a few.
Yep.
But the one that was constantly mentioned was Black Lagoon. And I'm like, okay, well, what is Black Lagoon? So I looked it up, and it was basically, like a more grounded crime show about, sort of a modern-day Tortuga and a pirate crew, or a modern-day pirate crew, and then hijinks ensue. And I'm like, okay, well, this sounds awesome. Lo and behold, it is. This show's fucking awesome. So, the premise of Black Lagoon is it starts off with a Japanese businessman who gets kidnapped by basically modern-day pirates on a crew called the Lagoon Company. that is starts out as three people. The Japanese businessman, his name is Rock, well, just for short. I don't remember what his Japanese name is, or what his full Japanese name is. But there is Dutch, who is the large black man who's the head of the Lagoon Company and owner of the boat, who is this basically chill black dude. Never seems to raise his voice, never seems to get that pissed off, only unless he really has to. Then you have Benny, the tech expert, who is a blonde, long-haired Jew from Florida, who basically left because he managed to piss off the mob. And then Revy, a Chinese-American New Yorker, who, her past doesn't really get revealed until the miniseries Roberta's Blood Trail, which I never finished. But she is also known as Two Hands, and she uses a couple of customized Berettas as her trademark weaponry. So she is a pistolero. So, needless to say, it is a show about organized crime, and in basically what I would call a modern day Tortuga. And what ensues is probably one of the most fun fucking anime you're ever gonna watch, at least for the first season. For the second season, it actually gets a lot darker, especially the first 3 episodes when you introduce Hansel and Gretel. Yeah, it's yeesh. Let's put it that way. But the thing is, Chaos Sonic throws in a buck and says, the manga for Black Lagoon is still going on. Yeah, I'm aware. I just don't feel like reading it.
I didn't know that.
I know that they've been trying to get more seasons done for years. You know, I know that Madhouse basically got thrown a bone with Roberta's Blood Trail. So, but anyway, really it's not just one of my favorite anime of all time. This is probably one of my favorite crime stories of all time. Mostly because the cast is so interesting. Especially the relationship between Revy and Rock. Because they're no, I'm not watching One Piece. Because they are such wildly different human beings. And as such, there's an interesting dynamic between the two that would usually be, gender flipped. Revy, in my opinion, is honestly the way that you would write a compelling female character that's a bit of an outlaw. Real quick, I'm Your Pepper says, since we're not here tomorrow, can I get an early happy birthday? Absolutely. Happy birthday, I'm Your Pepper.
Happy birthday.
But, I'm gonna have to make an I'm not watching One Piece button, aren't I?
I guess.
Because, Jesus. 420 Gunny throws in $5, says, Black Lagoon is one of my favorite of all time. Also, Revy is one of the hottest girls in anime. P.S. Sub-anime fans can suck it for hating on the English dubs of all anime. But yes, that is the big thing. The dub of this series is incredible. Like, it is, I would actually think it might be the best one. I can't really think of any dubs that are better than this. Like, what other ones would you, or you've seen Black Lagoon, haven't you, Hatman?
I've seen a bit of it, and I believe that was when it was on Toonami or Adult Swim.
Yeah, it was on Adult Swim for a limited time, but it wasn't long.
Yeah, but I have not seen all of it. I've seen some of it.
I would say the only dub that I would say is like on par with it or come close to it is probably Bebop.
Yeah, I would agree. Bebop is just it's hard to put into words how I feel about that dub.
Yeah.
It's one that you don't really question if it was made for another audience.
Yeah.
It feels like it was made for the English language.
So, needless to say, it's a series that gets my recommendation. If you want to stream it, dub or sub, it is on Hulu. And yeah, you're gonna have a great time with it. I don't think that the Roberta's Blood Trail OVA is on Hulu though. That one you have to dig up. But yeah, it's a fucking fantastic series. Watch it, sir. You'll love it. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, as if I haven't mentioned it enough, my favorite comic book writer is Warren Ellis. Um, I don't even know if I've read even half of his comics. I've read quite a few though, and he is probably, I would definitely say, is my favorite. But apparently, people are trying to cancel him. Why, you might ask? Because he's a womanizer. Yeah. Oh, real quick. Chaos Sonic throws in a buck, says, favorite arc in Black Lagoon. Also, I only give dubs a chance when people recommend it to me, other than I'm more of a sub guy, and that is because of multiple reasons, but Funimation more cemented that for me now. P.S. One Piece has nothing on Black Lagoon. I have no doubt. Especially when it comes to the art. People don't really... I've said this before, like, One Piece's art is not appealing to me. I think it's fucking ugly. But my favorite arc in Black Lagoon is easily the Hansel and Gretel arc. But anyway, so Warren Ellis has released a statement basically apologizing for being a womanizer. He apparently has a thing for younger women.
Canceling himself.
Yes. By the way, there's nothing wrong with having a thing for younger women. At all. We were actually talking about this before the podcast. If I become a super famous comic book writer, and I have a nice house and a pool, I guarantee you, if 24-year-olds who love my work and look good in a bikini want to hang around in the pool, by all means. I am not going to fucking argue. And I will not apologize. Because fuck that.
It's perfectly okay to think that such a thing is creepy because of the whole, twice your age plus 7 thing. But at the same time, if they are adults, not just of age to consent, but just full-on adults, I don't think there is anything wrong with it, provided that you were trying to attract them after they had already become legal adults. That's the difference between grooming and there's no legal issue with it. What were the ages of these accusers again? Like 19, 20?
19 was the youngest, I think. But they were mostly in their 20s.
So 19 is the youngest. That's still a year over adulthood. And why are they trying to make him out to be a pedophile and a groomer again?
Well, that's the thing. People are calling him a groomer. I'm like, groomer implies that they were underage when this whole thing started.
Groomer, yeah. Groomer is very specific. That is attracting someone who is not an adult so that you can have them when they are an adult. And again, that's why I say, like, if you pursue them after they've already become an adult, it's not grooming anymore, and it's not legally dubious anymore. It's fine. Yeah, and On Your Pepper says, as long as they're over 21, it's consensual. It's fair game. I would say as long as they're over 18, it's consensual. It's fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as they are a legal adult and they consent, it's fair.
I find that ridiculous. I find the whole thing just fucking ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah. And the fact that he felt the need to basically cancel himself too.
Yeah, that's what really bothers me.
Does he really expect to get any more work after all of this? Like, no, the mob has gone after him.
Yeah.
And he's cut his own hand and put the blood in the water. That's it. He's done. The sharks are coming to feed now.
I fully expect people to still go to Netflix and try to get fucking Castlevania canceled.
Probably.
Which is, it's just fucking disgusting to me. You know? The man in comic books is a fucking icon. He is one of the greatest writers ever in comic books. Like, last week, oddly enough, we were talking about his runs on Stormwatch and The Authority. Some of the best comics I've ever read. And then there's other books, like his Apocalypse trilogy, which is Black Summer, No Hero, and Super God. Like, they're probably, at least in my opinion, the best deconstructions of the superhero genre ever done. Because they actually ask questions about the nature of the superhero, and they do it in a way that's not, that makes you think, instead of just being pretentious bullshit like Mark Miller does. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right now, I'm actually looking at, like, his bibliography. You look at some of this, like, it's crazy how many great series he's been on. He's one of the best Excalibur writers. I didn't even know he fucking wrote Excalibur. I'm gonna have to pick that up, because Excalibur was one of my favorite books by Claremont. So.
The storm looks like it's passing through fine.
And then, of course, there's the absolutely fucking wonderful Carnage Mind Bomb. Holy shit.
Yep.
And then, he's the guy who penned Extremis. Probably the best Iron Man arc since the Armor Wars. Like,
was Armor Wars before or after Demon in the Bottle?
After.
Okay.
Like, he's fantastic. He really is. Like, I didn't even know he wrote Hellblazer either. I'm gonna have to read that too. Cause, fuck, I can't really think of a better writer to have on fucking Constantine. Cancel culture is stupid.
Yes, it is.
Stupid, and I hate it. Yeah, I'm gonna just be a womanizer. Fuck it. Like, there have been women that have jokingly said, like, Mikey, you need to get rich and, like, have a pool and I'll come over every day. And I'm gonna be like, fuck. Absolutely. Walk around my house in a bikini. Absolutely. I am not gonna argue. I do not give a shit. Long as you're of legal age, fuck it. I will not apologize. I don't know. Something about this just disgusts me. Or disgusts me. Because to my knowledge, he's not married. You know?
I don't think he is.
So, the fuck? Like, date women, whatever. So what if you date somebody who's significantly younger than you? And part of the reason this bothers me is my dad is married to a woman who's like 12 years younger than him. You know? You find love in weird spots sometimes. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but there's part of me that just wants to, like, whenever people act like this, even though I'm a devout Christian, I'm like, you know what? Hoes in different area codes kind of sounds awesome because it's going to piss somebody off.
Yeah.
Absolutely pisses me off. Brian Gilmartin says this is why relationships are in free fall. Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
It's very, very true. Because the fact of the matter is that everybody's walking on eggshells. You know, I'm just at a point where I just don't give a shit anymore. I don't. It's not worth caring about. It's not worth, you know, investing that much of yourself into unless you're absolutely certain it's going to turn out well. You know? And by the way, you know, I feel bad for women in the future on this too. Because the genuine women out there are going to have to jump through fucking hoops to just prove that they're going to be a decent person. Because so many other women have ruined it for them. But oddly enough, like, a bunch of guys are going to have to do in certain relationships too. It fucking sucks. And just at this point, man, you can't say anything that could be misconstrued in a certain direction. You know? It kind of sucks. And yeah, it puts me in a different frame of mind where I just don't want to care anymore. You know? I just don't. Alright, let's move on. Hatman. Tell us about the Oscars.
So apparently, there's a diversity quota for the Oscars. You have to meet new inclusion standards to be eligible for nomination. I believe they said 2025 is when they're actually going to initiate this plan, or benchmarks, or whatever they want to call it. But on the whole, like, you have to have like a certain number or percentage of your cast and crew, whatever, to be, you know, a minority representation. And I don't understand the purpose aside from virtue signaling. And yes, Oscars still dumb. Still fucking dumb.
So basically, the Oscars have rendered themselves worthless.
Again, yes. Again. I mean, I guess this is their solution to Oscars so white, Oscars so male, and whatever the fuck. It, you guys can figure how I feel about this. It's retarded. This, we're trying to ensure equitable opportunity. Fuck that. No, you're not. No, you're not. This is clout chasing. We want to ensure a more diverse array of films can compete. No, you're not. You want to avoid controversy. You're not doing this because you believe in the cause. You're doing it because you don't want to be next on the chopping block. I'm also wondering how this would affect equal opportunity laws. Because if they are going to have to hire a minimum based on race, are they just going to open up some applications? Whites need not apply. We have our black crew already. If you are a race that is not white or black, you are allowed to apply. That you're going to get a discrimination lawsuit for that.
Yeah.
So I have no fucking idea. California's trying to get rid of that. They're trying to get away with equal opportunity laws, so people can literally say whites need not apply.
Yeah.
Bust out those old sons, y'all.
This is ridiculous.
Old is new again. Except instead of Italians or Irish, it's just whites. The homogenous white race.
Why are these people trying to prove the Doomers right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Chaos Sonic throws in a buck, and actually he threw in two. Three. I missed it. So Warren Ellis basically destroyed his own career, while entitled brats want to destroy that of freaking biology. Yes. He says this is why I stopped using Twitter, and ironically, I'm willing to bet they will still be on the chopping block. And aren't the Oscars always a joke? Yes. It seems like just about every year for the last 3 years, we've ended up making fun of the Oscars in some way, and this is just another good example.
Yeah. Seems like all this came about after they brought on Ava DuVernay to their board, and yeah, that if you know anything about her, she tends to be a bit of a grievance chaser.
Huzzah.
Also, she's the one responsible for fucking up A Wrinkle in Time.
Great.
I didn't care for the book, but I know some of you have, because I believe you asked about it in the last show or Overflow or something. So, yeah, she's the one.
This is depressing. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Oh, another depressing thing.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucker. Okay, so label all the things. Yes, so in the UK, they've started labeling problematic movies as problematic. And they apparently want to do it here in the US too. I have one response. That is my witty retort. Blarg. Oi! You got a license to stream that movie? Do you have a license? And by the way, there's a bunch of stuff that we could have covered on top of that. Like, Wizards of the Coast is bringing in sensitivity readers to read through fucking D&D shit. So let's think about this for a second. You're bringing in people who are perpetually offended to read through your stuff to see if they're offended. Of course they're going to be offended. What the fuck? Yeah, I didn't know that the fucking PMRC won. You know? Yeah.
So, how is aliens offensive?
I don't fucking know.
Is it all the xenophobia?
Everyone shame the Hatman!
Shame! 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 Shame!
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
I actually had to take a second to re-add the fucking shame the Hatman button just for that. That's how bad that joke was.
Oh God. Oh man. Oh.
At some
God.
point, you are going to be a father, and you're going to have the worst dad jokes. Like, seriously.
Probably, yeah. I mean, there's other ones that I've got.
No,
like,
we're going to Q&A. Shut up. All right, from the Discord server, Matchstick wants to.
Misogyny with "Get away from her, you bitch."
Mr. Matchstick wants to know whatever happened to M. Micah Michelson. He's going to be in Peregrine. Wings
Yes,
of the Falcon. He's actually going to be a character in that.
it's happening.
Demos Z, who is not new to the channel, but new to the Discord server, says, when the superhero fad dies out, what do you think will take its place as the film fad of the decade? His bet is on kaiju movies.
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
But the thing about kaiju is, like, with kaiju movies, like, who's gonna bring in box office aside from Godzilla? I like Mothra, but Mothra ain't happening.
They're gonna bring back Gamera.
As much as I like Turtles, I don't think Gamera would be big box office here in the United States.
Well, they gotta sell it. I think they can do it. I think they could do it.
Yeah. Ugly Media wants to know, how does he donate? Link in the description. And if one of the mods could please link it. Hardboiled. That's your job. Get on it.
Everyone in the chat says King Kong. I don't know about King Kong.
King Kong's okay. I was never really that enticed by King Kong.
Gamera fighting for children, like, that's, everybody can get behind that.
Well, not to mention giant nuclear turtle.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Just
what I really want is the Ninja Turtles to be huge again. And not like the Michael Bay Turtles. I mean, the Ninja Turtles. Chaos Sonic throws in a buck and says, "Congrats, Micah. You managed to startle me with a burp and to save physical copies. Indeed." But yeah, I would be fucking all over some more Ninja Turtles, man. Fuck, hire me to write it. I'd write some badass turtle stories. Alright, Holy Ninja Toe wants to know, how would we write Bible Man?
I wouldn't.
Forced meme! Anyway.
Nope.
Talon Silverbeam wants to know, wondering if we've seen any of the gameplay live streams of Larian Studios' Baldur's Gate 3, and if you're considering getting it. Here's the latest one. He links it. I have not watched the gameplay trailers yet, but it's going to be in early access in August. I'm picking it up, and I'm playing as Blarg. So I might stream that. I don't know. Alistair wants to know, how do you write a dark-themed story without having it dive into angst territory? Don't listen to Linkin Park while you write it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
okay, what level of dark are we talking about exactly?
So no, this is the best way to do it. This is why editors are important. You hire an editor who's not afraid to make fun of you. Now, if he can read your script to the Darkness song from Lego Batman, and if it does match up, you're in trouble. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Spider-Nick wants to know, how would you write a Batman-Spider-Man crossover? Oh, God. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I mean, Batman helping him bring down the Kingpin would be interesting.
Depends on who the villain would be, I think. And if it's a Batman villain or a Spider-Man villain.
Well, usually they do one of each.
Well, I think it'd be interesting to see how Spidey generally just sends his enemies to jail and Batman sends them to Arkham. And the idea that, I'll send them to Arkham with the hope that, maybe they won't be villains anymore, or at least they can get treated. Whereas Spidey's just like, lock them away.
Oh, yeah, I'd pair up Bane and Kingpin.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Holy Ninja Toe says he is serious. How would you write Bible Man, dark and gritty, or goofy and fun? Goofy and fun.
I would not write Bible Man.
Yeah. Ricky Joya throws in $3, says, for a kaiju movie, remake Attack of the 50-Foot Woman and see the feminists lose their minds.
Oh, God. I don't know if they would lose their minds, because she got her revenge on the dudes that fucked with her.
Yeah.
So,
the thing is, how do you do that movie without dozens of upskirt shots? But anyway, Servant of God wants to know...
Make her wear tight pants.
That would be awesome. Servant of God wants to know, with the success of many in CG and some people doing their own books and movies, see Shad for that, should people start preparing to make video games and TV shows via crowdfunding? Yes, though people are already doing video games that way.
Yeah, they're doing video games. TV shows will be much harder.
Movies have been
I
done with
think
crowdfunding too.
Yes, they have. Penn Jillette did a movie through crowdfunding a few years back called
Well, there's a
Director's
lot
Cut.
of
I still
horror
haven't-
movies that get done through crowdfunding. The Void
Well, that
was
was
done
a
that
horror-
way. Black Mountain Side.
Yeah,
A lot of really good independent ones.
yeah. I mean, fuck it. Like if you can get people to, commit to it, raise the cash for you, go for it. Like, fuck it. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
Let's see. There's two more towards the upper end. Darth Bobcat asks, what's a game franchise that hasn't been touched for a while that you'd like to see given another chance?
Bionic Commando.
Legend of Dragoon. And not the last asks, while playing through The Last of Us 2, oh god, I'm so sorry. I wonder what hilariously bad pieces of media you've witnessed.
Just parodies of the sex scene.
Siva Gunner, the YouTube channel that uploads only the highest quality video game rips, has had a golf theme going all day. For obvious reasons.
By the way, that GTA clip of the golf, The Last of Us 2 parody with Ed, Ed, and Eddie sound effects is fucking brilliant.
we reacted to that on the show, didn't we?
No, we did the Fly Me to the Moon one.
Oh, that one was good too. Oh god. Well, all right. Let's keep going with Last of Us 2 stuff. Any thoughts on Last of Us 2 getting review bombed by users while getting all tins from the shill media from Brian Gilmartin? Who fucking called it? I said it was going to be the goddamn Last Jedi of Vidya. I called it.
To quote Geese Howard, predictable.
Yeah. I find it hilarious that the reviews basically say, "Oh, the Last of Us 2 is, not the best game. It's hardcore, and I didn't really want to play it. 10 out of 10, masterpiece." That's not how it works, y'all. That ain't how it works. Koopa's Revenge Home says, since you mentioned the Turtles, have you seen Batman vs. TMNT yet?
No, I've only seen clips of it.
All right. I've heard of it. I haven't seen anything about it.
I read the comic, though. The comic was pretty good.
Will Geary asks, how would you do a RoboCop game?
A game? Oh, God.
I'd do a light gun game.
I think what I would rather do is... I'd rather do an open world game. And actually make a good cop-oriented video game. You know?
I don't really know how to incorporate RoboCop into any kind of third-person game because he would just be really slow and clunky. And the controls would almost certainly have to reflect that, and I think that would just piss too many people off. So that's why I say I think a light gun game would probably be the best option.
I would make him capable of walking with purpose. In a sense.
Like an upgraded RoboCop.
Yeah. I would even have a co-op mode. One of you plays as Murphy. One of you plays as Lewis. and give Lewis a few things that Murphy can't do.
Interesting.
Not to mention,
Like Lewis,
she would be able to use him as moving cover in some situations.
Yeah. That'd be very interesting. But would that not just get too dependent on co-op, or would you be able to have a single-player experience where you could just swap between the two?
I think drop in, drop out would be cool. But the for plot, I don't know what I would do though. What the fuck? Should have set the goal at 200. Serena donates $50, so I'm apparently going to be reviewing some wing sauce this week. She says, sorry, I missed the last podcast. I was asleep. Uploaded my comic script in the poster writing section of the Discord. Please, feel free to look at it if you want. Keep in mind, it's the first draft, and I'm not the best dialogue writer. Fair enough. And yeah, I'll be doing a hentai hot sauce review this week.
I can help you clean up your dialogue if you need me to. Dialogue is my strong point, so.
Yeah. Well, Hatman's got a script to edit.
I've got 2 scripts to edit.
Yeah. But,
well, more than that at this point.
For those who don't know, there is good news today. Hatman, do the thing.
Good news, everyone!
Thank you. The script for Inglewood Book 2 is finished. As in 100% done. I finished it this morning. So, yeah. That is a thing. I'll be talking to my team about it tonight to discuss where we're going to go with it and what we going to do. What else we got?
Let's see.
That's it for the questions to the Discord server. So,
Yeah,
the
well,
chat
yeah, the
gets the
Discord
floor
question.
for about 5 minutes.
Okay, so Miguel Barrera and Ultimate Agent have the same question. Thoughts on AT&T selling Warner Brothers games to EA or Activision?
It's a horrible thing. I don't think that the whole division is going to get sold. I think that because the asking price is really high. I think that if it gets sold to I think that different studios will be bought by different publishers. Which surprises me because WB Games is such an earner. You know, I'm wondering if they're burning money somewhere. You know, it makes me wonder. Because I know that Rocksteady's been working on a project for years, but they've never revealed what it is. I have a feeling that what's going to end up happening is that like different studios get purchased by different companies. I have a feeling like Monolith would probably get purchased by someone like Sega, which of course would be great because then they can do Condemned 3 finally. And then I would imagine one of the bigger publishers like Activision or EA is probably going to go for NetherRealm Studios, which is a nightmare scenario. So I don't think that any one publisher will buy the entirety of WB Games. I just don't see it happening. Valhalla Erickson throws in $3. Says, how would you write Nightwing? And is there any Marvel villain that would make a good antagonist? For Nightwing? Well, the Kingpin is the obvious choice. As for writing Nightwing himself, I mean, I would write him as Dick Grayson. You know?
Yeah.
There's one plot that I thought would be really cool. Is, does the world need Nightwing? And the basic idea is that Dick and Barbara finally get hitched. I'd finally pull the trigger on it. Big event, huge event. Everybody's happy, everybody cries. Blah, blah, blah. and they decide to do a cross-country trip as just Dick and Barb. And in all of the love and blah, 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 one thing that Dick is genuinely wondering is, are Nightwing and Batgirl really needed anymore? Do we still have to put on this on the costumes and do what we do? Or can we actually settle down and have kids? And that's what I would do. It would be a 12-issue arc, throughout the entire year. So, I think I talked about that like a year and a half ago. I still would love to do that story. So, Serena 30 in another bucket said, how are the comics that I recommended to you, and how soon can we expect the bad comic beatdown? We're waiting on Hatman to finish. I'm mostly done with the Wicked and the Divine.
Yeah. Do you want me to just switch to Wicked and Divine and just put Tarot on hold for now?
Yeah, because you're gonna have to do your own video about it.
Well, and Tarot is way longer. Like Wicked and Divine, I think is like 40 some issues.
Yeah, and I'm like 15 in.
Yeah,
and it'll only take a couple days of dedicated reading for me to finish it.
And Tarot's over 100, so yeah.
But there was the Wicked and the Divine, there was Tarot, and there was one other. Oh, Saga. Saga was the one we both have to do too.
Okay, well I didn't write that one down.
Yeah, and I've read a little bit. I think I've read like 10 issues of Saga for like years ago, because it's done by the same guy who wrote Why the Last Man.
Then I'll probably enjoy it then. Yeah, Warcraft the movie is also on the list, and LaGuardia is on the list as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to review, basically.
Yeah, I think that what we're probably going to have to do is like devote the entire month of July to catch up. I think it's what we're
probably
gonna do. Because here's the thing. 3 Nights will be in its second month of funding if we decide to do that. On top of that, we're going to be doing the Second Chance campaign for Inglewood, possibly. We haven't come to a decision yet because I don't have the money to throw just money at an artist to do another cover. So, see here. Well, we got a couple more donations. Chaos Sonic threw in $15, says, since we don't have an anime goal, how about you both react to this clip of the darkest series of Kamen Rider Heisei era Kamen Rider Amazons that I'll send you. And then Ugly Media just says, can you react to this video? I guess we can close on a reaction. Let me pull this up real quick and see what it is.
Listen, dork. Don't put your trash on my
I'm trying to
door.
pause it, but it will not let me pause it.
25
So I'm gonna go ahead and take all the questions then.
What?
Okay. There's an Ed, and Eddie parody that we need to react to.
Oh, Jesus Lord. Send me some links.
Just DM'd it to you.
Okay. Where is it? There it is. Okay.
Now, what's this other one?
Oh,
It's a
God.
Kamen Rider thing.
No, don't want to try free live TV for YouTube TV. I'm not YouTube any more motherfucking money. Fuck off. Alright. Tell me what.
Hold on. Trying to get this other Kamen Rider clip taken care of too. I'm gonna send you that one too. We'll do these real quick and then we're closing the show, damn it.
Yep, I'm taking over flow of questions, so follow me, y'all.
Okay. So.
Alright.
Hit the Jawbreaker in 3, 2, 1, go.
Listen, dork. Don't put your trash on my door. You hear me?
25 cents.
What?
25 cents is all it takes, Kevin.
For what? Another one of your loser projects?
No. to see God?
What?
Have you ever wanted to see something so beautiful, so unattainable?
Where's Johnny?
He's witnessing perfection.
What do you mean? Matter of fact, where is everyone today?
They are all a part of something far greater. They have seen something so pure that their hearts can no longer turn back. And it's right behind that door.
Whatever, dork, just take it and leave me alone.
What is that? Now, who wants a jawbreaker?
Once again, I am regrettably out of alcohol. Also, I'm fairly certain that was more of a Salad Fingers parody than a fucking Ed and Eddie one.
Valhalla Erickson donated $1 and said, if you wrote Wonder Woman, what villain would you create for her? I don't know. I think that like that's like a good night everybody moment right there. So Common Writer will have to wait for another time.
Okay.
Yeah. My name is Micah Curtis.
And I'm Alex Baldwin, and I think I'm going to go drink heavily and contemplate existence now.
Yeah, same here. We'll see you guys next time Day is Full.
It is full.